Hello friends, welcome to today's horror story. So let's begin today's tale without any delay. June 12th, the final day of school at Blackbridge High, nestled in a small American town. Nobody remember unless they had driven through it. A day supposed to be full of laughter, tear and yearbook singing turned into something else entirely. Something no one had ever imagined. The morning sun cast long shadows as the buses rolled in one last time. Seniors were buzzing with energy. Teachers were tired but smiling. But above it all, something unseen stirred, something old. Lena Michael, a senior, had a strange feeling as she walked toward the building. She paused at the entrance, gazing up at the aged brick facade. Does not it feel different today? She asked her friend, Trey. Trey shrugged. It's probably just sanitaries. Let's get through this and never come back. But Lena could not shake the scene of dread. During the first period, students were given the freedom to roam, sign yearbooks, or return textbooks. A group of six seniors Lena, Trey, Daniel, Mike, Cody, and Sarah decided to explore a part of the school that had been sealed off for decades, the old West Wings. Rumor said it was closed after a fire in 1978 that killed a janitor and a teacher. Some said it was an accident, other whispers said it was ritual gone wrong. Nobody knew for sure. Daniel, the rebel of the group, had found an old key in principal storage week ago during student council duties. Today, she ready for a little end of year adventure, she grinned. They slipped through the maintenance corridor, reaching a rusted metal door hidden behind a pile of rocking chair. The key turned with a loud click. The door clicked open. Darkness met them and something else, a faint whisper. Inside, the air was colder, dust floated like snow. Rows of forgotten lockers like the wall. A half-burnt teacher's desk lay overturned in one room. Sarah snapped picture on her phone. Laughed. Guys, look at this, Cody said, pointing to a checkboard. Scrawled in faded white were the word, "Do not wake him." Mike chuckled creepy. Probably some prank left year ago. But Lena did not laugh. She stared at the message, her breath fogging. They explored further until they reached room 309, a room untouched by time. It looked like a classroom paused mid-lesson. Papers were still on desk. The skeleton diagram on the wall, her red paint smeared over it like blood. Daniel pushed the door open fully, and that's when they heard it. A loud slam. The hallway door had shut. Hard. They ran back. It was locked. No way, Mike growled, yanking the handle. Daniel rattled the key. It snapped. We are locked in. Sarah started trying. There is gotta be another way out, Lena whispered. They split into pairs, searching for windows, back doors, anything. But every window was bricked from the outside. Every hallway led back to the same place. And then Cody screamed. They ran to find him collapsed in the corridor, his hand bleeding. It grabbed me, he gasped. A hand came out from the locker and tried to pull me in. No one believed him until the locker creaked open behind him. Empty, or so it looked. They found a storage closet filled with VHS tapes, labeled by date. One of them was marked June 12, 1978. Mike found an old TV card with a built-in VCR. They plugged it in using a power bank for Mike's power back. The tape started playing. Grainy footage appeared. A classroom 309. A teacher, Mr. Albright, stood before a group of students. He was chanting something. The camera titled violently. Screams. The footage cut to black. Then came a whisper from the tape. He's still here. The TV exploded in sparks. Mike's hand was burnt. The screen went black. Back in room 309, they noticed something had changed. The desks were now covered in dust. A strange circle had formed on the floor, made on chalk, bones, and what looked like dried blood. We need to go out now, Lena said. But the moment she stepped into the room again, the door slammed shut. She was trapped alone. The group banged on the door from the outside, but it would not budge. Inside, Lena turned to see a shadow rising from the chalk circle. It had no face, only a wide, endless mouth. It whispered her name, Lena. When they finally broke down the door, Lena was standing in the middle of the circle, silent, eyes rolled back, blood dripping from her nose. She looked up and smiled, but it was not her smile. We should not have come here, she said in a voice that were not hers. Daniel stepped forward. Snap out for it, Lena. Lena struggled. An inhuman ear-piercing sound. The light burst overhead. The walls bled. The shadow moved through Lena and passed into the hallway, and the school began to shake. Then run. Down corridor that seemed long now. Doors that led to nowhere. At the point, Sarah opened a classroom door and saw herself hanging from the ceiling. She screamed and slammed it shut. They reached the main door to the west wing, still locked. Mike pulled up a fire extinguisher and smashed her the glass. Lena, now pale but back to herself, whispered, I saw him. The thing in the circle, he was sealed here. The teacher brought him, and the school buried the truth. They grabbed the extinguisher and struck again. Finally, the glass gave way. They fled, but not before Daniel was dragged back by unseen hand, screaming. The door slammed shut behind them. The moment they crossed the threshold and school was quiet again. No alarms, no smoke, no blood. Just the faint bell of the final school day ringing. The other looked around. Daniel was gone. So was room 309, as if never existed. The following week, when the police were called, no traces of the old west wing were found. It had been torn down a year ago, they said. No one believed the students, except for one janitor who handed Lena a note before disappearing forever. It read, some doors should never be opened. He slept again, for now. The story spread like wildfire online, but no evidence were ever found. No photos, no tape, even Sarah's phone was wiped clean. But every year on June 12th, students at Blackbridge High say they hear whisper near West Hall. And sometimes they say the door appear again just for a second, waiting to be opened again.